itself. The Lord Master will be furious. Hiding Thornton from him will only tighten our noose later. He will want justice, be it of one or of many.
We give him David and get rid of the mayor and hope for the best.
Hope for the best, Watchman Self? Us Rangers don't stake much on hope. Come on. We'll make things right with our own hands. But we have only 2 set right now. We need everyone else. Elijah, please try to keep David restrained here. Please try to get him to understand, words from brother to brother, that we are trying to help. And change one way or another will be delivered by dawn. Can you do that?
He just still not even wanting to look at you, just as light.
Elijah, he'll call the distance and grab him by on the both shoulders. Look at me. Look at me. Did he look at me?
Slowly looks up.
A lot of tragedy has happened recently. That's why you need to muster your courage now to make sure no more happens. When more days come, you do not want to look back and think what might have been, knowing you did not try your damnedest out of fear of what might happen. Promise me, you will try your hardest.
Okay.
Good, good. We'll pat him on the shoulder. Good. We will take our leave. Watchman Floor, I don't think is in a state to move. I said Watchman Floor, and I mean it this time.
All right.
Do you bring Fulton back?
I don't think now's the time for it, I'm being honest. I vote no.
I'll follow Sebastian's lead.
Okay. Then Flora's gonna remain here to make sure nothing happens to it.
Give her the instruction if she's cognizant to the world right now to keep an eye on David as well. Instructing her on his martyr syndrome. So be non-lethal. Turn back to the estate, I guess.
Speaking of the estate,
Speaking of,
Mr. Booyog, you have been waiting for a certain turn. Who does indeed clean up the map? Let's. Oh, y'all are here. Y'all. Okay. So you arrive in the room. You've been sitting in this room. Elaine arrives, who closes the door and begins to sort of undo his ascot. You see him look in the mirror without even noticing you there.
I'm just gonna sit quietly.
For it, he takes it off takes off his coat, hangs it over the back of the chair, then notices. Before getting startled half to death, he recovers and says, "Done."
It is done. By the way, it seems like I've been waiting for you for a week. You could have at least hurried a little bit.
Fuck it. You can damn it.
I apologize. Just know you've done this town a good service.
I know I did. Your brother was a right jackass.
He just sort of does a slight nod. I'm afraid our father's influence took too much in it. I do wonder what life could have been like if he didn't, but that is not the life we have. But you didn't come here to listen to me grandstand. He reaches under the bed, pulls out a lockbox. I have 1,000 here. Tomorrow I can get you the other 1,000. Will you be here, or do I need to try to acquire it?
I believe we will be here another day.
Wonderful. It's in platinum.
Ooh.
He hands over 100 platinum coin? 10 to 1? 10 to 1,
10 to 1.
right?
10 to 1, yeah. Metric style.
Hands over 100 platinum coins to you. Make sure you do not spend them in this town.
Oh God, there's nothing in this town I need.
Wonderful, then we have an accord, and once again, thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna pull out his finger. Would you like the finger?
You just hear him retch. No, that won't be necessary.
The ring?
He looks at it and like pulls out like a cloth to put over his mouth. Yes, that's quite fine. But be rid of it.
Okay. I mean, I have his ear too, if you want that. But I mean,
No, that's quite all right. That's quite all right. Thank you.
You know, he was going to pay me 8 to kill you.
He just like looks up at that. You didn't.
But why would I kill you?
He just sort of like drops down into a kneel and bows his head. I misjudged you and I apologize.
I'd give you a hug if I wasn't so repulsed.
I thought you were just in it for the money, but I can see the virtue in you.
That really touches me right here, and he'll like gesture to his heart.
Do you touch your heart with his finger?
Yeah.
I want to say there's 2 Elaines on the map.
Well, now you
one is- we got
discover the
cocky too.
doppelganger.
Doppelganger.
His body double.
Thought I deleted it. Wonderful. Best you not be seen here. Do you have a escape? Do you have an alibi?
Yes. Your brother said the alibi for killing you would be I was in North Town checking on Priscilla, I believe her name was. I found nothing.
I see. Good. That is the order I gave you.
Sounds good.
Once again, thank you for your. Best you not to be seen, though. Let me make sure the ways.
Absolutely. Don't want to be seen together. Got it.
He walks out, looks around before coming back in. Good.
Just gonna leave now. Go downstairs to the kitchen.
Okay, roll me another stealth.
Oh no.
You got this. It'll be fine.
I got this. Yeah.
You got
You
this.
have ghost stuff if you want
don't
to
even
be
look. Don't even look.
invisible for advantage.
I accidentally rolled strength. That is not what I meant to do.
So it's 18 plus a lot. Okay, so 29. Got it. Yeah, you're good. Let's see. Let's see if the one guard that's still holding to his oath finds you.
The one.
Yep,
All right. This is,
he's got the spirit, but that's about it.
got the spirit
He's
without the ability.
robo-copping down the hall.
He leaves. Well, he walks by, you leave. How do you go about regrouping?
I think I would just like wait in the kitchen until I see someone else personally,
Then
and
I
then
guess
tag
we
along
come
with them.
in until, and then start like finding people and pulling them aside.
So y'all head back to the mayor's estate.
Correct.
As you enter, the tick, 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 tick of the main door goes off, and you do see Lord Marshal standing, not sitting, sort of pacing back and forth. As he sees you, did you find?
Watchman Self, can you go round up all the other watchmen, please?
They'll nod and hastily leave before they can attempt to read them.
Sebastian will stay, though, and will make his way over to the Lord Marshal and mentally begin uttering prayers to whichever Sanctuary is willing to listen right now.
There's my deception roll to try to not convey anything's wrong
Didn't have.
in body language. So
Don't worry, I have an idea. Sebastian will make his way over. We did, Lord Marshal.
You just see the concern, the tension, the stress in his face fade to apathy before you utter a word.
I'm sorry.
I see. What happened to you?
Before I tell you, Lord Marshal, I need you to swear to me that you will not go and do anything reckless. You are a man of honor, so I know what you swear to be true. Will you swear this to me for your own safety and sake? Please.
He just looks at you. You would hold the fate of my own son at ransom for a promise.
I would hold the fate of an entire town at ransom. Yes.
You are a cold man, Viper. You have my...
Your son is gone. His body is safe. His life was taken as the recompense for the injustice the natives have suffered under the regime of you and the mayor.
He just looks blankly without showing any shred of motion. So it was a child's life that needed to be paid.
I believe I've made my position and mindset perfectly clear in all of my time knowing you, Lord Marshal. I'm an observer. I
Who
try
has
not to.
done this?
One of the natives. Lord Marshal, I believe this entire town is guilty of something. And I am sorry to say that the sin of everyone here has been paid back to the greater good and greater evil in the world in children's blood. Your son included. And that blood debt will continue to be paid until the change comes to this town. That or everyone dies of exsanguination. I get no joy in delivering you such ill news. But I hold to my conviction in delivering it with the hope that justice will be delivered. Proper justice. The sort of justice you swear to. The one holding you to your word now. The one that raised your spirits when we brought back a survivor. Your justice. Actual justice, not the male's.
Roll a persuasion.
So I've been doing so well. Can we catch that 14? Okay, I caught the 16 instead. We're moving we're sliding the straight.
You actually are. That's getting a little peculiar.
I just rigging the dice, digital dice.
Being a casual noticer of things. He straightens his posture, pins back his shoulder. You will bring the perpetrator. And we will discuss. The first one was a 14, by the way. 14, 15, 16. Wait.
Hey yo. Hey yo.
Ayo. I don't like that.
No.
And we will discuss the future of this town.
We will discuss it now.
There's nothing that can be discussed between me and Side.
An outsider's perspective is the one showing all of this sin. Highlighting
An
it, though.
outsider's leave you. If we're going to do this, it will be with the offended and the.
Will you at least allow me to gather my own brothers and sisters?
We shall do it in the morning.
I believe justice will be decided before the morn. And I might appease your broken heart. Sooner rather than later. If you'll excuse me, Lord Marshal, we will see that justice is delivered.
He steps forward. You will do nothing to interfere with them, these natives, until I have spoken.
That can be arranged, Lord Marshal. I will not go to the natives, only to my brothers and sisters. We will rendezvous with you here shortly, and we can go to the tree, provide you protection. Unless you believe you can take every single native on their home terrain yourself.
Make it so. I will be here.
Thank you. And he fucks on off!
I just would have grabbed Booyah and been waiting in the bunkhouse.
We
Yep.
regroup.
All regroup.
We all regroup.
Jericho will wake Claudia.
Mhm.
For this
Calling her
discussion.
by her full name. Oh, Gary.
Sorry, my daughter was showing me her lovely drawing. Best one she's ever done.
What's it of?
A goddess of the sun and moon.
That's pretty lofty.
Okay, that's pretty. Okay, that's actually fair enough. Yeah, fair.
They said it sounds pretty cool.
Sounds pretty dope. Yeah,
Like actually.
you have you have multiple people buying in on that. Yeah. So could we regroup and blah, blah, blah all the info out to people?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, blah blah blah. You guys now know everything.
All right, good.
Perfect. Then we'll spend like 30 minutes going over it.
Says Jericho as he pushes his palms into his eyes. Hi.
As
I feel that.
Who would
As-
kill a child?
You make it sound like you do. Somehow that phrasing sounds.
what is-
Insight check.
I would like to roll inside as well, not on Booyog, but on Ward.
I would also like to incite Ward when the news of the death.
Mhm.
I'm inciting Booyag.
You definitely see. Okay, who's insulting Booyah? Who's insulting Wolf?
Lucian on
inciting.
Booyog, everyone else on Ward.
Okay. Alright, so 14, what did they get, Booyah?
You could definitely tell he's hiding something.
Well,
Not
don't need an inside roll for that.
It's like
Lucian
giddy.
like- Pass,
Some
pass is good.
Girl Scout who just met their quota, so they get to go to gardens.
Oh.
Yeah, Disney. Kids like.
Yeah, kids like that shit, right?
I like Busch Gardens because that's.
Yeah, understandable.
Okay. 13. 21. She was not ready for this.
Mm-mm.
Certainly thought this event was going to be over and y'all would be done. Told them, shall we regroup?
I did. We will take the Lord Marshal to his son's body. Let us see the price of justice in this town. How many lives will it cost? It's already taken several children. How much more?
Price of justice. I hardly see how any of this is bloody justice.
None of this is, I agree.
Most
Goodbye.
unjust town I've ever been to. Granted, that's not saying much, but still. That's all that bloody mayor's fault.
What are we
I'm-
going to do about the mayor? And all the missing women?
We've been over this.
The women, I have an idea. I would like to speak to the second son after this. Elaine, his name was?
I think so.
There's more sin in this town that is yet to be dragged out to the surface.
You think he's involved in that?
I do.
In what way, Viper?
When Watchmen, Jericho, Brather, and myself were investigating the farmland where we initially found the began, we found an interesting effigy. one of obsidian, filled with childbearing fluid, and a skull. And he pulls it out and puts it on like a table or something.
Like,
You
Sim-
just see Ward without her helmet just has like a scrunched up face at that. Like, really?
you kept it.
Why'd you put it on the table? That's right in front of my salad. Sorry, I thought about that last second. Continue.
And you think that, well, but we found a totem just like that in the cave.
We did. One that the boogeyman was using to ascend to a higher degree of power. That is not the thing that makes Elaine so suspicious. This, accompanying it, he pulls out the string that has all the fancy cloth ribbon on it out, is
You already got me there.
I am wondering if our good-hearted second son might have had some other machination in the background.
Mhm.
Well,
Just from
I'm
what
sure
I
things went
remember,
his
that
way.
where can I tell if that matches the sun or the mayor more?
So just what off it wouldn't match the MO of the mayor because
Okay,
the boogeyman would have no business with adult.
right.
Ward puts on her mask, throws up her hood. Alright.
Like click, 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 click. There's crickets outside.
Bradford
How to-
furiously clicks a pen. Sorry, continue.
We said we're going to meet up. So we'll meet up with Lord.
Garth, you gotta keep clicking. Mute yourself, man.
You can hear your keyboard.
Or controller.
Except
think
the
they might-
pullback.
Oh, there you go. So what did Ward say?
We said we're going to meet up with Lord Marshall. So let's meet up with Lord.
I would like to speak with Elaine first. Perhaps we might drag him to see the results of his actions.
How much time?
I only need a conversation.
You feel like grabbing your buddy, too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Make it so. Let's get him there.
Buddy? He says, looking at Booyak.
I've never had a conversation with that kid.
He looks at everyone else.
Shrug.
Shrugs. Shrugs in sync, apparently.
Shrugs one
You
shoulder.
see, you see Ward just look at you for a long second.
Come on, Watchman Booyak. Let's go.
I'm coming.
She,
Just
ju-
roll over to the Elaine's room.
she just looks at you. I get it. Let's.
You would get, wouldn't you?
Go to Elaine's room.
You move up in unison to Elaine's room. How many of you go?
You're tagging
All of
along.
us, I guess.
Your guys' call. You guys are adults. Make your call.
I'm gonna get up and act like I'm going with y'all, but then turn off, without y'all noticing. Trying to.
That's that makes sense.
Are we
Roll
doing
stealth.
act